First of all, thank you very much indeed for everybody joining the call this morning. It's a delight to have you on. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of the business so you can understand the various facets. Each one of them is a fairly significant undertaking and a fairly significant business. Our strategy is not to just have one, but to have all three. And in that instance, then we're able to compete head to head with every single one of the competitors in that individual vertical. But then collectively, we have a global unique selling proposition, which is everybody will want to drive. So if you were looking at our business from an investor, you would probably want to start at the top and backing down. The majority of this group are looking for the bottom and going up. So what I'm going to do is, for the courtesy of everybody on this call, I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. So three facets to the business, all leading with the word RAYL. The first business, regardless of what it's going to be called at launch, let's call that for this discussion RAYL business. So that's a collection of productivity application, a suite of applications. And when we came into this market, we realized that the merchant, small office, home office, and SME type environments were having to shell out a significant amount of cash on individual applications that did not work together and had no intention of working together, and they didn't want you to go outside the walled garden that they had created. So a good example would be someone like Shopify. There are lots of things within Shopify, but basically, if you move outside the Shopify group or the Shopify group of applications, you've got to start putting all of your applications in again and so all your data in again. Our RAYL business suite is going to be based in the cloud. It's always going to be on and it's going to be secure. But what it's going to give you to start with is 14 or 15 different apps. These applications are household type applications for CRM, for invoicing, for web shops and everything else. And the beauty of them is you put your data in once and it migrates left and right across the other apps. So that's the first piece that we've got. That is going into beta now and probably going to be available in the next 3 to 4 weeks. The next pillar is actually called RAYL Pay. So the idea is that within the RAYL Pay environment, you will have a traditional point of sale terminal and virtual terminal environment. The unique selling proposition about this stack is a concept of cost plus zero. Now, at the moment, if you're a merchant, you know that you are using 3 people in the chain and each one is taking a margin. And there's a group in the middle who put on what's called an interchange fee. And that interchange fee sits on top of the bank. Our strategy is not just to give you a nice piece of shiny mousetrap or a new piece of plastic or something that looks square or something that looks glass or aluminium. We're going to basically take this to a model where we are going to provide merchants with a cost plus zero model. The other 2 things that sit either side of this strategy is instant sign-on and same-day funding. Now, if you're a merchant, you know how long it takes you to sign up. It can be a mammoth of paper. It's worse than trying to get a mortgage. It can take you 7 to 10 days to get that, and it's toing and froing of signing and signatures and all sorts of different information backwards and forwards to the merchant. So it can take you 7 to 10 days. We can get this platform up and running in about 20 minutes. The other side of cost plus zero is same-day transactions. So imagine you're a t-shirt company, you bought a spectacular product, it sells out within 2 days, you want to go buy more. You can't if you're with someone like Stripe or Square. It can take you 5 to 7 days to get the money back that you've theoretically got as a merchant. RAYL Pay will allow you to take that money down in the same day. We will charge you 1% for doing that, but it will allow you to take that down in the same day. You'll still have your point of sales. You'll still have your immediate onboarding. You'll have same day transfers. So all of that's going to be available within the pay module. And that pay module with its point of sale and everything else links seamlessly with the business module. That's 2 out of the 3. The third part of this story is to what's become called a challenger or a neobank. We want to have control of our destiny. We want to have control over the fees that are charged. So our strategy is to move towards what is called a neo or a challenger bank. They are both the same term, they're just interchangeable. That sits on the top of somebody else's bank, correct? But we will have a lot of control of what we're doing. So our idea is, as we move to the IPO stage, we want to be in a situation where we can start to work out exactly how we can control our banking destiny. So we will have three pillars. We will have RAYL Business, which is the portal with all the applications, RAYL Pay, which is the cost plus zero and the point of sale transaction environment, and then RAYL Financial, which will be the challenger bank environment. That's going to take some time to do, but we have already started. We've already got people working within the organization, moving us to that end of the direction. So this call starts with RAYL Biz. Investors might be looking at it and saying, no, we want you to go the other way. All three are on their route and they're being worked on right now. So you're going to see one particular module out of RAYL Biz in a little bit more detail, but Jay-Z, who is the Chief Information Officer of the company, is going to take you through the stack, which will be available at launch. That alone is a significant business. That alone is going to change the market. That alone is disruptive. But we've got these two other elements, which will basically knock the socks off everybody else in our market. George, thank you.